So it is looking more and more fucking likely that the UFC is booking this bullshit, and I feel like I just have to play my hand in the pot, or put my hand in the pot and play my part and do my due duties as a UFC fan, and shitting on this, shitting on fucking bald man Dana White, shitting on the fucking matchmakers, because this shit is ridiculous, okay? Volk and Yair is more than likely going to be the headliner for UFC Noche in September. It's so fucking ridiculous that they're making this fight. Yair should not be given a title shot. They said, or he said specifically after Volk won the belt back, he beat Patricio Pitbull that same night. He said after that the UFC guaranteed him a title shot next. Yair Rodriguez is 1-2 in his last 3 fights, and he beat a Bellator newbie. He just came in the league. I understand Pitbull is a Bellator legend. He's 38. He's 38. He's never fought in the UFC. You have lost your other 2. You are 1-2. What the fuck? How does that guarantee you a title shot? When he said that, everyone kind of just collectively laughed at him and said, yeah, fuck off. Like, whatever, kid. Bye. Like, see ya, kid. It's Movzar. Movzar tweeted out yesterday or 2 days ago that to be the best, you have to fight the best. And so he took a fucking fight. Oh my god, dude. He took a fucking fight against Aaron Pico. What the fuck are we doing, UFC? Genuinely, what the fuck? It's supposed to be the best fight the best. Movzar has never fucking lost. He has not lost. Ever. UFC, outside of the UFC, he is the number 4 ranked guy. I don't care. Yair is 1-2 in his last 3. He is 3-3 in his last 6. How the fuck does 1-2 and your one win is beating Pitbull? He fought Volk 3 fights ago. Or 2 fights ago. Like, what are we doing? Nobody asked for this shit. Nobody asked. Everyone thought Evloev was getting the title match against Volk. Volk has no fucking time left. He is 38, 37 years old. I do not understand what the matchmakers are thinking. I don't know if they want to feed Volk another title and just hope Volk wins, and just kind of like keep pushing the Volk and feeding him easy wins. Or they want to push Yair because they feel like they need a Mexican champion, or they need someone to headline a Mexican card because it's going to be in Mexico. So you get Yair Rodriguez versus Volkanovski, which should not be the fucking case. It shouldn't be the case. What should be the case, what everybody wanted, it could be the co-fucking main, okay? You get 2 featherweight fights. Title fight, Evloev versus Volkanovski. Nobody gives a shit if a Mexican fighter is headlining a Mexican card. Nobody gives a shit because guess what? You make the co-main event Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez. That is the fight everyone wants to see. That is the fight everyone collect. That's like besides like Jones Aspinall, Topuria versus Islam. Honestly, after the beef, they got legitimate beef. After that beef at that press conference and so forth, that's like one of the most top fights that people want. Genuinely, that is one of the most sought after fights that people want. Yair Rodriguez versus Diego fucking Lopez. And we're not getting this shit, dude. We are not fucking getting this shit because the UFC is fumbling this for no reason. For no reason. It was right in front of you. Right in front of you. And you know what we're getting instead? Supposedly, Gene Silva versus Diego fucking Lopez. I don't think a soul asked for this. This was a great ass fight. Entertaining fight. Could be fight of the year. Like genuinely fucking fireworks. Okay? This quote was what Gene Silva said via his YouTube like today or yesterday at the time of this recording. Fire ass fight. This is a banger. Everyone wants to see Gene Silva fight one other person and then fight Volk. We want to see Silva versus Volk at some point. We do not want to see this shit. We want to see Lopez versus Yair fucking Rodriguez, dude. I don't understand this. I do not understand this. Why? What the fuck is the logic? What is the logic behind this shit? Why? You have a guy who was undefeated in Movzar Evloev. Undefeated. He is the number 4 ranked contender. and you are giving Yair Rodriguez, I don't care if it's at a Mexican pay-per-view. I don't care if it's in Mexico. You're giving Evloev, Aaron Pico. You're giving him a tune-up. Like, this is what I don't understand. Because, say Evloev beats Pico. Okay, this is Pico's first fight in the UFC. He's just coming over, you know, and he's already fighting the number 4th ranked guy, a guy who should be fighting for the title, Pico. That's how hyped of a prospect he is. He's on a good win streak right now. He's had an up and down career. One of the most hyped prospects, MMA prospects ever, genuinely ever. One of the biggest signings, like low-key biggest signings the UFC has had in recent years. Okay, obviously he's getting a fight against Evloev. It's looking like it, given the tweets, given what it's going down on fucking Twitter. Okay, so my logic is, you should be fighting for the belt right now, Evloev. Like, that's not on him. That's on the fucking shit UFC. Volkanovski has won at Evloev. Volkanovski wants the toughest fucking battles. Okay? He is asking for this fight. So what does Movsar, him beating Aaron Pico, a guy who has never fought in the UFC, a guy who has never won a title outside of the UFC, what does that fucking do? So cool. You beat an unranked guy. You beat a guy who was just making his debut into the UFC. Now you get a title. Like, now you prove yourself because you beat Aaron fucking Pico. No, you should be jumping and fighting for a title. It's literally like Yair Rodriguez fighting Patricio Pitbull. Boom, he beat him, a guy who has never fucking fought in the UFC, a Bellator legend. Now Yair Rodriguez is getting a fucking title match. Please, how does that make sense? Please, someone tell me how this makes sense. Please. I don't understand. Everybody wants to see Yair Rodriguez versus Diego fucking Lopez. I don't think a single fucking soul wants to see Evloev versus Pico. What it should have been then, if you're going to get Pico against a high-ranked guy like this, and if you're going to hold Movsar, if you're going to hold him to such high standard, if he beats Pico, you know, say it's like, oh, fuck, he beat Pico, now he deserves a title. You beat Pico, now you deserve the title. Why wouldn't you just do that to Gene Silva? Very complimentary matchup for Silva and Pico. That's a firework. That's a banger-ass fight. That's what I don't understand. You get Volk versus Evloev. You get Yair versus Lopez. And if you really are trying to make that push for Gene Silva, push him against Pico then. If you're going to hold Pico in such high standards, okay? And maybe they're hoping Pico fucking wins, okay? Maybe they're putting all their eggs in the basket. Boom, you beat Evloev. Now guess what? Pico gets a fucking title shot, which would be cool. But it is so unfair to Evloev to not just give him the fucking title fight. Look at this shit. I'm telling you, look at this shit. He fought Volk 2 fights ago. He is 2-1. He beat Patricio fucking Pitbull, a guy just coming over to the UFC, a 38-year-old. And it was a unanimous decision. He took him to fucking decision. Okay? It's not like he knocked him out or won in some crazy emphatic fashion or looked dominant. He won a fucking unanimous decision. While Volk went out there, fireworks against Diego Lopez. One of the baddest men in the fucking division. Okay? And you give him fucking Yair Rodriguez just because you need a title fight for UFC Noche. So you think you need a Mexican fighter on the main event? Put Yair versus Lopez as the fucking co-main. I promise you that gets more pay-per-views. That just boosts that fucking card so much. Because you have the title fight as the main event. And then you have the fight everyone wants outside of the 2 other title fights. Islam and Topuria and Jones Aspinall. Seriously, this is the fight people want that's not a title fight. Genuinely. For top end talent, that is the fucking fight because there is real beef there. They were beefing over like whether you claim Mexico or not. And guess where this shit's gonna be? In Mexico. Battle for fucking Mexico, man. It's right there for the taking, and the UFC fucking fumbled this hardcore. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand how you can call yourself the best promotion the best mixed martial arts promotion, the best fucking MMA promotion on Earth. On fucking planet Earth, and you do this shit. I get it's a business. I understand. But this is a sport, dude. Like, I understand it's a business. And it's a fucking... The UFC is a scummy-ass business, okay? I'm trying to make sense, like, oh, imagine if the NBA or NFL did this. Like, no, they are like... They're business. The UFC is like gremlin business, okay? They don't make sense in their business tactics. This dude lost to Brian Ortega. He lost to Volk, and he beat Pitbull in his last 3. He is 1-1 with Ortega. He is 3-3 in his last 6. 3-3 in his last 6. All I see is green from Movsar. All I see is green. He beat Sterling. He beat Allen. He beat fucking Diego Lopez. He beat Dan Ige. That's 4 ranked guys. 4 fucking ranked guys that are really high level. Sterling, he moved up. He's a champion, a multi-time champion, defended his belt. Arnold Allen, a top 10 contender, has had banger fights. Diego fucking Lopez, everyone knows Diego Lopez. He almost lost to Lopez. If you want to put him up against someone, then why wouldn't you do Lopez? Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. If you're not going to put him up against Volk and you make the Volk versus Yair, why would you not just do Movsar versus Diego Lopez? There's low-key beef there because Lopez lost. And that was Lopez's first fight in the UFC. His first fucking fight was against Movsar. And he almost won. And that is Diego Lopez's second loss now. Since obviously Volk beat him. You could have just done that if you wanted to give Movsar another fight, especially if you're going to give Lopez Gene Silva, which if Gene Silva beats him, he's getting a title fight. It doesn't matter. Like, that's just how it is. So why wouldn't you just do this? It's just another good fight. I'm not saying Gene Silva versus Lopez is a bad fight. It's a firework-ass fight. That is just, you get 2 fucking killers, 2 guys with well-rounded games, 2 guys who love to finish fights, okay? Neither of them are decision machines. These guys will fucking finish fights. They are entertaining, 2 of the most entertaining fighters in the entire company, in the entire UFC MMA world right now. I get that. But the pathway, the logic behind everything, it makes 0 fucking sense, dude. 0 sense how this fucking bum, Yair Rodriguez is getting a title shot. Genuinely, everyone laughed at his ass when he said that after he beat Pitbull in the press conference. That the UFC, that he is getting a title shot next. Everyone's like, okay, kid. Literally, everyone's like, oh, fucking okay, kid. Fuck off. Enjoy Lopez or enjoy anybody next. Bryce Mitchell. But no, he's getting gifted a fucking title shot just because the UFC needs a Mexican title or a Mexican main event. You cannot call yourself the best promotion, the best mixed martial arts promotion, and not put out the best fucking fights. And they have a history of doing this. Obviously, this is not the first fucking time it's happened. But dude, Volk is old. How many more defenses do we really think he has? He's not in his prime, but he's not washed. Obviously, he just won the belt from a fucking killer. Okay? He's faced Volk's last 3 fights besides the Lopez. Or last 3 losses. Islam, Topuria. The 2 best fucking fighters on the roster. He's 38 or he's 36. He'll be 37 at the time of UFC Noche. 37. And in the history of the UFC, no one under 155 has ever won the belt. Was it 35 and older? And he's the first one to ever do that. He does not have much time left. He genuinely doesn't, unless he goes on a fucking crazy run, which there's a 5% chance he goes on a crazy fucking run, cements himself as the GOAT, gets 4 more title defenses. That'd be insane. Is that happening? No, it's just not. And save for the slight fucking chance that Rod fucking Rodriguez, little cockroach, head kicks Volk. He chins Volk. Dude, if Yair chins Volk, we're all fucking doomed. The company is doomed. Dude, we're wasting Volk. How can you waste a top 5, top 10 fighter ever? Of the slight chance he gets fucking chin, man. Dude, I'm telling you, there's a slight chance this man gets chinned by Yair, and we're all cooked. We're genuinely all cooked if that shit happens, dude. The MMA math, the UFC math would make zero fucking sense, dude. And if he does, UFC low-key, dude, they're rubbing their hands, man. They got a Mexican champion. They can push that. Dude, for some fucking reason. Okay? For some reason. I genuinely don't understand, because if Volk were to lose to Movsar, that's fair. That is the most deserving person to have a title fight. You lost to the best. Volk lost to the best. Cool. Dude, if he loses to Yair, that is fucking bullshit. That is a fluky ass win. And if Yair wins the belt off that shit, that is undeserving. That is the most undeserving. I don't care if you knocked out Volk, you beat Volk. That's undeserving. You do not deserve to fucking have the belt. The champ has a fucking name, and his name's Volk or Movsar. And Movsar, he's not an entertaining fighter. I get it. There's so much to uncover here. He's not an entertaining fighter. Decision. All of 9 of his UFC fucking fights are decision. All 9 are won by decision. He does not finish people. He is not exciting. Nobody wants to see a fucking decision machine. He's not, like, it's different with Merab. He's kind of entertaining, kind of a troll. He'll emote on you. Evloev, dude, he's literally the most NPC fucking fighter. Genuinely the most NPC fighter. Okay? So, there's that the UFC would be like, nah, fuck that. We're not giving a decision, man. Like, we don't want him to win. Or we don't want him to have the belt. So, hopefully Pico gets it or beats him. Like, we're just doing anything to prolong him just to lose. Pico's not fucking beating this man. Pico is not fucking beating this man. I don't care. Pico winning would be fire. But, dude, Aaron Pico is not beating Evloev. Mr. Decision. He's just not. Give Evloev the fucking title shot. Give him the title shot. Dude, we need to riot. Someone needs to go outside of the UFC complex. Find Dana White's home, man. Hunter Campbell, bro. Riot. Push back. Comment on every fucking UFC post hating on this shit. Push back on this goddamn fight. Right here. This fight right here. Volk Yair. It's undeserving as fuck. It's genuinely a slap in the fucking face that they think you want to pay $80 fucking for a pay-per-view card, and this is going to be the headliner. Obviously, no one's going to fucking want to pay $80 to see Evloev, okay? Who wants to see that shit? Who wants to shell out their money to a decision machine? But at least it's the best of the best. This is not the fucking best of the best, okay? It just is not. You are supposed to be making the best of the best fights, okay? Make Jean Silva versus Pico. Not this. Everyone wants... oh my God, guys. I cannot believe that they fumbled this so hard. It could be the fucking co-main, man. And guess what? If Volk beats Evloev, you put Jean Silva versus Pico, boom. Jean Silva's winning that shit. I don't care. Boom, you get Volk versus Silva. The matchup everyone else wants to see for Jean Silva when he gets the title shot. I'm pretty sure people would want to see Jean Silva versus Volk the most if Jean Silva were to fight for a title out of all the top ranked contenders. Aside from maybe Lopez, just because of how exciting they are. But no one wants to see these two not fight for a title. Or again, they don't want to see each other fight if it ain't for a fucking title. Okay? It does nothing. It's setting the division backwards. I genuinely do not understand the logic. I genuinely just do not understand the logic. And push back, man. Please push back. Give the UFC hate. Fucking... Dude, oh my God. I literally just cannot believe... If Yair pulls this shit off, dude. If he pulls this fucking rabbit out of his fucking ass, dude, and beats Volk, dude, it's not happening. I'm not even going to say that shit, bro. It's done. Wraps. It's not happening. Volk's fucking winning. Volk's going to fight Evloev. Okay? Maybe January. I could see that happening, a possibility. Evloev mentioned December. I think September to December is just a little too much for Volk. Getting the Volk, who's going to be 37 at the time of this fight, to fight 3 times in a year, That's just not a good look. I could see February as a potential fight for Volkan Evloev. So yeah, man, I cannot believe the UFC is fucking pulling this shit out of their ass. They're giving us dog shit fights. They're giving us dog shit matchups. They're slapping us in the face. They're literally slapping us in the fucking face, assaulting our eyes in broad fucking daylight, man. I don't understand. Because cool, Yair wins. Say that shit, man. Say Yair fucking wins, okay? And say Lopez wins. Obviously, they're making that for the title fight. It would be a better fucking fight, a 3-round fight. Honestly, that shit would be a war. I don't care. That shit would be a fucking war. For 3 rounds, it would be a better 3-round fight than a 5-round fight. I don't care. When you get 2 high output guys, or Lopez, who's a very high output guy, he has gone the distance 5 rounds. He does not have, obviously, the insane cardio like some other fighters who can go 5 rounds and keep a high pace. He proved he can go 5 rounds and keep a pace against Volk. But until we see it more consistently, more often, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't fucking understand this. I really don't. There's no way to understand this. There really isn't. Volk versus Evloev. Yair versus Lopez. Silva versus Pico. And who knows? Pico could come in and fucking destroy everything and fuck everything up and win and win and win. Who knows? He's a wild card. I don't think he will, but he's a dark horse. Silva's a dark horse. Like, Lopez could fucking win the title in the next year. Like, genuinely, there's so many options, but we're just not getting the best of the best right now. And the UFC knows it. They're fucking slapping us in their face with their money. And it's just ridiculous, man. It's just so fucking stupid. Because you get the fucking fact that Yair might fluke this fucking win against Volk. Imagine Volk's career. Dude, there's no fucking way. You look at the Volk losses, bro. You get Islam and Topuria. Dude, you're telling Yair does not, bro. No fucking way. I'm going to be looking at this shit 20 years down the line and see Yair Rodriguez W against fucking Volkanovski. It's just not happening. I do not care. Who is asking for this? It happened. Their first fight happened 2 years ago, and Volk whooped his ass. Like, no way you look at it, it makes sense. There's no way anyone can convince me that they want to see Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez 2. Nobody. Okay? It should be Evloev, the best of the fucking best. Okay? It really should. It really fucking should. Because, like I said, it just does. I could keep going on for days about this and just keep bringing back my old points. What does this fight do for Evloev? What does it do? If he was fighting a top-ranked guy, cool. You proved yourself against a top-ranked guy. You're fighting a prospect. I wouldn't say an unknown prospect, but you're fighting an unranked prospect. Or not a prospect, an unranked guy who has never fought in the fucking UFC. It's not like he's an unknown. It's Aaron Pico, one of the, more well-known names outside of the UFC. But you're telling me him beating Pico, if he does, now it's like, okay, this dude beat Pico. He's title worthy. Like, really? That's what we're doing? If that is what we're doing, then give him Gene Silva. Like, that would make 10 times more sense. 10 times more fucking sense, okay? I don't understand it. The UFC is bullshitting in broad fucking daylight with this fight. And please, guys, please push back as much as possible. Let it be known that you do not want this shit. Okay? Volk's going to win. Volk's going to beat Evloev. Volk's going to fucking lose to Gene Silva. And he's going to retire. That's it. Okay? That's it. That's the bold predictions for the next year and a half. Oh, God, dude, I'm sorry for the rant. I just had to rant. A lot of F-bombs, a lot of pent-up bullshit anger, dude. Because you cannot call yourself the best promotion to make this shit. You cannot pull this shit off. You just cannot pull this shit off if you call yourself the best. And everyone believes you're the best. And you fucking pull this shit from under our nose, man. Well, I guess that's it in my rant. I genuinely could go on for the next hour about this and just keep reverting back to my points because, like I said, Volk is not in his prime. He's just not. He's not in his prime. You're wasting it. He should be fighting the best of the best. He's at the end of his career. He should be fighting the best of the best. He is a top 5 fighter of all fucking time. Okay? There's no reason you're not giving him the hardest battles. There's just no reason, man. He does not have much longer left, and he should be fighting because, God forbid, he beats Yair Rodriguez. He fights Evloev. That's just another fight he does not need to take in order to fight the best of the best. That's just more damage a 37-year-old Volk is going to take, and he should not have to sustain that damage in order to fight the best of the best. Okay? Because that's just one more fight. That's just one more camp. That's just taxing on his body. That's getting up there in age, man. So, whatever. Like I said, push back on this shit. Make it be known that you do not want to fucking see this shit. We all want to see Volk versus Masvidal. We all want to fucking see Diego Lopez Culan versus Yair Rodriguez, Battle of fucking Mexico. Okay? And we all want to see Gene Silva versus Aaron Pico and Gene Silva beat Volkanovski. We all want to see that, okay? Thank you if you watched this entire rant, made it to the end. Appreciate you. Love you. I'll see you in the next one.